Yeah. So literally about 15 years.
Sorry.
15 years.
Yes, 15 years I've been doing stand up now. Yeah.
I'm loving this artistic effect on the camera, by the way.
Sorry, I don't know. Do you want me to try and sort it out?
No, it's fine to be honest. Like,
Just zooms out every now and then, doesn't it? I don't know. Yeah, I don't know why. But anyway,
you know, 90% of people listen to it over Spotify,
all right.
Amazon, all that. So they're gonna miss the beauty of you, which is very disappointing. So it might bang on YouTube. So yeah, 15 years. I mean,
Hmm.
like I know you started via a comedy course, didn't you?
Yeah, yeah. I've done a stand-up comedy course with a guy called Harry Denford. That was down the Old Kent Road in South London,
Mm.
and then we done a showcase up the creek. It was nothing to do with them, but I don't think. But we just done a showcase. Yeah, they've done really well there. And I just wanted to learn about comedy writing and like make sketches and videos and stuff. And I thought I was trying to get on a sketch course originally, and I've read a book on comedy like writing, or a couple of books, because I signed up for this course and then they cancelled it last minute, and then I waited for the next one and they cancelled it again. I thought, just give me my money back, and I've
Yeah,
done the
fuck
first.
'em.
To see this stand-up comedy course said about comedy writing, and at the end you perform. And I thought, I'll just learn about the writing and I won't perform. What are they going to do? They can't do nothing. But
Yeah.
I've done it and I got into it, and I've done it as a bit of a challenge to myself. I was enjoying it and I've done it and I just got the bug and went from there.
What? So you wanted
Um,
to sort of like the online sketches and stuff?
um, yeah, videos and stuff with me mates. Uh,
Okay.
we was doing like sort of football related. We was going football and doing stuff and a bit of a laugh, and just someone said you should get into comedy. Like, you're funny. You're like, because I've always had a laugh on that. I come from like an East End family. My mum and dad are like all characters and that,
Yeah.
and I always had a laugh with my mates and that. And well, yeah, try and like do it constructively, sort of thing. So yeah.
But I mean, I'd never like to put a comedian in the box, but I'd almost say you're like the lads comedian. You
Mate,
know what? Like, because
yeah,
like you're like talking like your away day sketch, like your online away day thing is a masterpiece.
thank you. Yeah,
Like, it's such a good fucking misdirection. It's unreal.
yeah, it went viral. That was yeah, like a rant, isn't it? And I always wanted to write a good rant for years, and then
Yeah.
I've got that one, yeah, and resonates with a lot of people, and it's just like it's crazy. It's just yeah.
So like, I presume like like going Millwall and stuff like away games, home games. You must get
Mm.
recognised a bit. Like, how does like first of all, is that correct?
What for,
Like you
not
get recognised a bit more now.
as what as a comedian?
Yeah.
Yeah, sometimes. Yeah, like no, I've been going to know a lot of people anyway. Yeah, they see me comedy and stuff. Yeah, sometimes I did. Do you remember an app called Vine?
Oh yeah, yeah. I
That
remember
was
Vine.
it's gone now. I had about 25,000 followers on that. I was quite active on that, and I was living in central London as well when that was
Mm.
on. I used to get there was a point I got recognised every day from that.
I mean,
From that,
how could you do you prepare yourself for that?
the Vine, no, I didn't, which was a shame really because I just done it for a laugh. And me and my mate Ben Adams, he does comedy. He don't really do it so much now, but he was big on it, and all me. We sort of started comedy together, and we're still friends now. And we're just like messing about on it. Didn't really try and monetize it, and it sort of become this like celebrity, not celebrity, like these like Big Brother, like what do you call it? But not proper celebrity. People were getting a bit like we didn't really like all that. But in hindsight, probably should have tried to make a bit of money out of it. Do you know what I mean? But
Hindsight's a wonderful thing. I
yeah,
mean, yeah, I mean, like, but I say, like, being from, like your average lad to also people recognizing you in the street on stuff like that.
I
Does
don't, I
that
don't
go
get it
away, or is
much.
that still like a
I
little bit of
don't
a
get it much.
buzz?
I don't get it much. I've had like I do acting as well. I've had a bit of TV work, but I didn't. Not really. I funny enough, you say about your weight. I was getting my daughter the other week up at Russell Square, and a geezer cycle past, and he went, "Away days." That's what you just said. But yeah, like people know me over Milton. They've seen me comedy and stuff online. I've done a set of Comedy Unleashed last year, which went really well.
Hmm.
Sort of got me a lot of good exposure. The first one that was about March of last year. That got me out there. That helped me right out actually.
Yeah.
And I had a decent. I've never really had much online, but I always sort of knew I believed in myself. And then that I done that gig, and they filmed it really well at Comedy Unleashed. Like, and I had a really good gig as well. And it was just a really good set to. But it got me a lot of exposure and stuff, and got me out there. And yeah, a lot of people seem to enjoy it. So and it's helpful when I'm trying to get out there and get gigs. And I've just got a new agent for my stand-up the last few months, so that helped with that as well. And yeah.
Nice. I mean, with Comedy Unleashed, I always say, it is one of my favorite. It is one of my favorite nights. I think
Yeah.
it is a bastion of free speech,
Mm.
and unfortunately, some idiots, they would deem it a right wing place, which I couldn't challenge more. It's a place where you can go up, say what you want, be funny what you want, and the crowd will accept anyone as
Yeah.
long as you're funny.
Yeah. How I found it, I always take people and things as I find them. And from my experience, I've got the opportunity to do that gig. There's 300 people in there.
Mm.
Um, it was the crowd. I found the crowd, yeah, very open minded. They wasn't tense like some gigs. A lot of gigs you might talk about certain stuff. They'll go, oh, they were like tense up. Even
Yeah.
if you might just mention black people. You ain't even said anything about them yet, and you're not gonna. You might be saying, "Oh, I love them," after all they know, but they go, "Oh," but these were very open minded. And what I did like about they was very comedy savvy because when
Mm.
when I done my set, sometimes I do a bit of like meta stuff, which can go over people's heads sometimes. But they was picking up on everything. I thought they was a really good crowd, and I mean, I don't know who walks through the door and their political beliefs, but they're like, I think it's quite a mixed, and they're open minded. Yes, it's not a right wing gig.
Not at all.
Right? You get like right wing. I don't class myself as any wing. I'm just like I'm not politically motivated. I do on stage. I'm my persona. I'm like a white working class geezer, and so I sort of stick up for us a bit when we get like I think we get attacked a bit, and I sort of my character, but that's in the subtext really. My persona, he's an idiot, but he thinks he's one of the good guys, and that's sort of like where the comedy lies. So I've got like an example of that. The ginger bashing joke for anyone who hasn't seen that. The quick version of that joke is I'm a very politically correct, sorry, woke comedian. We don't say politically correct anymore because someone found.
Woo, woo.
But yeah, but just the other night I met with a gay, black, Asian, Jewish, disabled, feminist, binary, non-binary, bi-binary, transsexual, pansexual, gender fluid, gender neutral, and vegan friends. We all went ginger bashing. So, so that joke is basically that is saying that ginger people don't get a fair deal. It's actually ironic sticking up for ginger people when it's sort of saying like showing the inequalities of the woke ideology sometimes, or that in that particular instance. So, but in the context of the persona, he thinks he's doing a good thing, going ginger bashing. So he's an idiot. Do you know what I mean?
I do, I do, I do. I think it's like my older brother's ginger, funnily enough, and my twin's blonde, and I'm a fucking brunette, so I don't know what my mum was doing. But it's like being able to like insult ginger people for being ginger, is sort of like the last free bastion of like accessible hate crime.
Yeah, I mean, my daughter's ginger, and my fiance's ginger. Yeah, it's not an attack on ginger. I wouldn't. That's deemed as hacking comedy as well, which I try and avoid stuff like that. But yeah, like I say, it's just a funny joke, really. But it is an ironic joke, and it's sort of like it's taking the piss out of woke stuff there. I love the comment when I done my. If you look on my Comedy Unleashed video, there's a brilliant comment. The first one. Someone put driving a tank through woke land. I thought that. I wish I'd have wrote that. That was so good.
Just one of your bits. I'm not going to try and suck you off too much, Lenny. But one of my favorites is when I talk to so many new comedians. They're like, I just can't connect this one joke to this other, and I just loved your fucking. Hello, who's that? Oh, it's Sergeant Segway. I just thought that was just so
Yeah.
like. I can't think of something to connect these. Fuck it. Like, oh, this
Yeah.
is how I'm gonna do it. I
Yeah.
tried to stroke a genius.
Yeah, in fact, yeah, I like that. Yeah, yeah, it's quite random. It puts a little jolt into the set as well. Keeps, yeah, it's just funny, stupid. Isn't it? Like what I do is silly comedy. Ultimately,
Yeah.
I don't have any problems. No, people don't get offended or nothing because, like I say, the character's an idiot. Like the persona is a persona. It's not me. It's like I do take there's a lot of it comes from my life, but ultimately it's a persona, and I use this staple. Like he's an idiot, but he thinks he's one of the good guys, and that's where if you look at a lot of the jokes when you break them down, that's what helps me write and stay in that character, and know what sort of things to write and what would work for my set. Do you know what I mean? Like just a quick example, another joke. Go, oh, I'm actually I'm very sensitive. I cried my eyes out recently because I killed a fox in my car. Fuck knows how it got in there. But
Okay, yeah.
That's like a little mess about. But the persona, when you're in that reality, he's like he thinks he's sensitive. He's not realising he's murdered a fox.
Yeah.
But he's like, oh yeah, I'm sensitive. Do you know what I mean? He's an idiot. So I think, and ultimately, I mean, it depends what way you look at it. You could even say it's a very left-wing character because it's mocking that. I'll get the best of, like the ginger bashing joke. A lot of people laugh. So they think, oh, ginger bashing. But then comedy savvy people go, oh, aren't they? Yeah, very good. Do you know what I mean? It's
all the boxes, kind of.
A bit like Ricky Gervais with The Office and stuff like.
Oh, or one of the finest bits of artwork The Office is. It was true testament. It shaped a whole sort of generation of sort of like mockumentaries.
And you see a lot of comedians people, they really use their mannerisms and they sort of rip him off a bit, to be honest.
But I think he was the first to do it, and people will they will hackle it and they will try and regurgitate what he had done, but it will never replicate.
No, I mean the way they like they're sort of the way they talk and that, and some of them do, which is
it's called This Country. That there's like
I mean you see them online. They're like the way the way they talk. You know what I mean? They really ripped him off. Really, I don't know. Maybe they just brought up with it, picked up on it, but they probably don't realise they're doing it. You can do that sometimes.
But then I do find with a lot of skits online, they have because like Ricky Gervais, Jimmy Carr, they've almost figured out a formula to their material, and then they can replicate as much as they want. It looks new, it looks fresh, but they are still doing like their formula that they figured out. But I think people who do skits, they see, okay, they've done it, it works.
Yeah,
it's not going to become as big as them, but if I do it this way, it is going to get to X level. Yeah.
You pick up on laugh triggers. Whether you do that, you work out yourself, or your instinct has picked you up, your subconscious. Yeah, you do that. Like I've been doing comedy a while, and I've learned a lot through studying comedy, and I've learned on the job instinctively as well. Which you do when you go on stage, like, oh, they laugh at that. Whether you even realise you do that, you'll keep doing it. It might even be the way you say something or the way. There's little like a lot of cliches, which is sort of I try and avoid. People pick up on. Can't think of when they go, oh, whatever. Like Ricky Gervais used to say that, didn't he? Yeah. Whatever. Everyone was saying.
You're odd.
Stuff like, or like little cliches and stuff, and people use, or they like the posh white bloke talking like a road man and stuff. Do you know what I mean?
There's nothing worse than that. I saw a video of like this. They must have been like 5 Eton lads, and they were in I think they was in like the Philippines or something. They're like, blood. There's an orangutan on our bed, fam. Blood. And I was like, mate, you just sound like such a ponce. Trying to act like do a fucking London type accent when you're obviously Eton born.
It becomes like sort of fashion, doesn't it? Or people just pick up on it. They're sort of joking, and then I don't know, just like culture shifts and stuff, I suppose.
Me and my mates are guilty of that. Like me and my schoolmates, we used to always talk gangster as a joke, but then it ended up becoming part of our vocabulary.
Yeah, yeah.
And so like, I'm a fucking hypocrite for that as well. But it's weird, funny enough, like
Yeah,
you
we
were,
all do it. We all do it. I mean, I had to change when I first started doing stand-up. I had to really change the way I spoke. So I used to speak in a lot of slang, and I didn't really mix out of my circles. And I started doing stand-up, and I was mixing with people I'd never mixed with in my life. It's it's really diverse when you're doing stand-up, innit? You might go and do a gig, and you'll be like with blacks, Asians, gays, trans, any
a
middle,
diverse bill,
all
Lenny, a
different.
diverse bill.
Yeah, no, it's a diverse environment. It's like, and especially in London, if you're coming through in London, you're mixing with all sorts of different, which you might not normally mix with. So it's quite. I've always like it's just like a natural thing for me. It's compared to finish like liberal dream. It's actually quite nice for them. But like people, aren't they? They're either nice or they're not. You know what I mean?
But
So
I got a question. So like, you are like the epitome of like the working class comedian. Like you're like benchmark Mickey Flanagan.
right.
Like no new acts seem to be like that anymore.
Yeah, I don't know. It's just that's what I am. So I'm working class, and I'll draw from that. And this is how I talk, sort of thing. I'm like, on stage, I'm a bit more. I've noticed now I slow down a lot. I was a bit rushy sometimes with my delivery. I definitely use less slang, or it depends where I am. If I'm in certain places, I might use different vocab. Like if I'm up north, I was up north. With the away days sketch, I've used a fair bit of slang in that for my bit. But if I'm up, like I was near Liverpool the other night in Elmsby. I'd done a gig, and I was like, I weren't going say Claire Rayners for trainers if I was in like London, maybe.
Yeah,
but no, actually, no, I said that. I done backyard comedy last weekend, and Dave Ward was on. He said, "What's Claire Rayners?" And I thought, oh, and I could either say it and point at my trainers when I'm saying it, and people would pick up on that, or I could just say trainers. So
they don't hear the bells.
Yeah, pardon.
They don't hear the bells, do they?
Yeah, or you got to adapt. You want them to you want them to like know what you're talking about. You don't want them distracted either. So it's just you do what's best for the material. You know what I mean? I do anyway.
It's shocking how much colloquial terminology we use every day without realising.
Yeah, I mean, people sort of join the dots as well sometimes anyway. Or yeah, I don't know. If I can, I'll do. I write how I talk.
Yeah.
But to the point where, not to the point where people wouldn't understand me, but I think because of your rhythm and that.
That's a curious one with you. What is sort of like your writing process? Do you like bang out the Seinfeld where you sit down, like allocate time in a day, or is it just like when it comes to you in that moment?
I've got my notes app, so I try and write 10 jokes a day or 10 ideas a day.
Okay, cool.
10 jokes or ideas, anything, just quick, even if they're shit. Anything just to bang them out. Sometimes I don't always do that. Sometimes I might do 15, 20 if I'm on a roll.
But you will do 10 no matter what?
Most of the time, yeah.
Okay.
I can't say 100%, but yeah, pretty much. And I'll try and I have it on my notes phone and just quickly write. It could be anything, do you know what I mean? I thought like the other day, I thought, oh, Gammon final. I heard someone say something final boss, and I thought Gammon final boss, and I thought I'd try that stage. And I just ideas, just like little wordplay I might hear. I think write that down, then I might try and slip that into a joke at some point. And I'll write down my set list. I've started writing down my set list for my gig before, which is. That can change. When I get there, I might change it, or when I'm on stage, I might change it, or I might have, say I'm doing a 20-minute set, I'll have about 25 minutes worth, and then just go with 20 in that. It's a lot of my stuff. It depends how the crowd react to some bits.
Yeah.
If they react in a certain way, I'll go one way. If they react in another way, I'll go another way. Or if I do a bit of crowd work and it eats up time, I'll cut bits out and sort of. So I write it before I go, and then I can always look back on it as well. And then I write notes underneath, if like what worked, what new stuff worked, and what didn't. If I got new stuff, so I'm trying to just be a bit more disciplined with it, and I can look back on it as well, and just to keep a good record. Because I sort of like used to do it a bit. It's all in your head, a lot of it. But I'm writing. I write on stage as well, which is so I'm writing it, and then I might think of something when I'm on stage, and then I'll a lot of time I like going over it in my car. If I'm on a long journey, I'll go out, and then I might think of taglines as I'm saying it that have come to me naturally. But yeah, I'll just write down, have an idea, and then I'll polish it later to get the wording in the right way, and then I might think of some tags or just tags on old stuff or rewrite old stuff or stuff that I recently started doing a bald bit.
Okay.
I've done a new joke, just one standalone gag about being bald, and then I thought I had a bald bit that I used to do years ago. I haven't done for a while, and there was a different bit on the end, but I took some of that out and put it in there and rewrote it a bit, and it's been going really well actually. I started doing that again, so. Yeah, just like that. It's always, it's natural for me to do that. So I have my notes app, and I'll always write that down. I'm writing all the time. I don't like actually. Right, I'm going to sit down now for an hour. It's really quite natural for me to do all this now. I'm at the point, and I've studied a lot of writing and done courses and like learnt a lot, and it's sort of bearing its fruit a bit now, so it makes it a bit easier for me, so I'll have a better of idea of what works, but you never really know until you get on stage.
And there's no right or wrong way to write.
Oh, well, you find your own way. I mean, my advice would be to study the art, you know what I mean, read the books and do courses and stuff like that. There's a lot of good books. Learn our like joke structure and stuff like that. It's not just going to fall into you. You'll pick up stuff through your subconscious as you go along. That works. But if you can go and I really want to write good jokes, and it really interests me, and I find it fascinating, and I've got a lot of discipline, and I love a good joke. And so I really wanted to learn how to do it, and I've really made a lot of effort to do that.
I mean, being in comedy. I mean, I've got 2 points. It's being in comedy, like. Has it made you, like, when you watch other stand-up comedians, does it kill the magic because you know, like, the formula, the structure, or does it make it more magical?
No, I do enjoy watching a good comedian. I don't watch a lot of stand-up now, to be honest with you. I watch I don't really enjoy a lot of it, but the ones I do enjoy, I really enjoy.
Who are some people you like?
My favourite comedian is Dave Attell. Do you know him? American.
Dave
Attell.
Dave Attell.
Attell. Have a look on Netflix. Have a look online.
Dave Attell.
Attell. So yeah, one Dave Attell. Attell. It's called.
Calm.
He's the New York comedian. He's right. But I love loads. I love comedy. I love Stuart Lee. I've been to see him because I really like his he uses a lot of like little techniques he uses and stuff. I like a lot of meta comedy and silly comedy, which he does a lot of. I really like him, which probably see Rory Scovel.
Yep.
A few times, met him as well. Nice fella. Sarah Silverman.
Yeah, I like. She's. I fucking love her on the roast battles.
Yeah. I've not seen that.
She's done a lot. I think she did the Donald Trump one.
Right. Okay.
Yeah.
But I like her. There's loads, like a lot of Emo Phillips.
Okay.
My favourite. Like the other one, Don Rickles. Yeah, I like comedy. I do love comedy. I like. I do like.
I mean, when you said, like, you know, you attend all the comedy class, you've done all the comedy classes, all the writing. Okay, you know, like, say we all know that some of the most boring prick in the world. Let's just call him Barry for the sake of it. If Barry, the most dull prick in the world, did a comedy course, did the writing, could he make it as a comedian, or is there an element of nature and nurture?
No, I'm big into positive thinking and mindset and all that. I think you can achieve anything you want if you put your mind to it. You got the right attitude.
I mean, do you have to have your scars to become funny?
Funny enough, though, I remember when I first started comedy. This quite shocked me because I'd see a comedian on stage. I thought that was brilliant, and then I'd chat to them off stage, and that was the biggest drip you've ever met in your life. So. I mean, it's an act, isn't it, at the end of the day, on stage. So, yeah, you can be like that. There's all different, isn't there? Some people are just like really bubbly and they've got a good vibe and that. Depends on your persona. They might like deadpan comedians are really good. They're just like really dry. Dimitri Martin is another one I really like.
Okay.
But yeah, I think anyone can achieve anything they want if they put their mind to it. I think you're holding yourself back if you sit there moaning or like putting obstacles in your way that ain't now. You got to have a winning mentality. Same with anything.
No, a million percent being positive. But I was saying, like, do you think anyone can become a comedian, or do you think you have to have, you've got to go through?
If they want it, if they want it bad enough. Yeah, if they want it bad enough. I think, yeah, if you're like, yeah, it depends. If like your persona might be boring, do you know what I mean? They might be a boring character they're playing on stage. Do you know what I mean? So
yeah,
yeah, but I don't know. Yeah, I think I'm lucky in terms of I'm quite naturally funny anyway. I've always been brought up in a fun, like around funny people having a laugh and stuff, which I probably took for granted. I always remember when I got into comedy after I was thinking, why did I not do this years ago? This is like never even crossed my mind to do it like as for a living and stuff. The big if I could turn a clock back, if I was like a youngster, I would just throw myself into drama and creative writing. And but then again, all the other stuff shapes you into what you are, and it's no good. So yeah.
I mean, I love comedy, but I've never been a fan of like theatrical drama students.
See, I'm an actor as well. I like it. I've done acting. I do acting, and I like that as well. Ultimately, my big thing stand up. Really, acting's like very sporadic, but to stand up, I've got a bit more control over, which is what I've got. I needed to get an agent. I wanted to be more active. I wasn't active enough. I needed help getting gigs and stuff. I'm not great with the admin and this, that, and the other. And so I've done that, and I'm lucky. I've got a good agent now. I really like him, Adam Rushton. Shout out.
Big up, Adam.
And so yeah, I'm a lot more active now, and so that helps me develop and grow. I put in the work, and it's a good opportunity for me to do my stuff. So yeah, I just keep doing it and doing it, and I really enjoy it as well. That's the main thing.
Well, I know when you started out, Lenny, you was in your car every other day. You was gigging where you could get starting off on your fives, moving to your tens. Like you did do the graft.
Yeah, the thing is, I think a lot of comedians, if you want to do it, everyone's got their different reasons for doing it. I'm not trying to tell people how to live their life, but if you want to get something, you want to set yourself up to have a go at it if you can. I see a lot of comedians drop off like they couldn't go and do gigs because of their job or their relationship or they didn't have a car or lots of different reasons. I sort of set myself up well at the beginning, and I was able to do that. I had a van and a lot of free time, and I was available to do gigs. Because when you first start, you're doing them like Monday, Tuesday, Wednesdays, and all that. And not only that, if you can get them, because you'll try and get a gig, you won't get it for 6 weeks or something.
Yeah.
But once you get there and you get that momentum going, so I was lucky on the course I'd done. He sort of told us that, so I was sort of lining them up before I'd done my showcase gig, and it's like making some contacts and stuff, and. Because and then you get out there and they see you like you. I think a lot of them, I dare say now, like if you brought friends, they like that, didn't they? Or if you was pretty good, they'll get you back and they're like, yeah, come down with it, like, and look like you had a good attitude. You weren't like a pain in the arse for them or nothing or no trouble.
Right. When you started out, Lenny, was there these lovely things in London? And I am the biggest activist of shitting on these. Were there bringer spots?
Yeah,
there was.
Which I had no problem with that. If you didn't like them, don't do them. I was sort of the attitude, and I
shit on them. I don't think they're good for the industry.
Why's that?
Because I think they do the false promises of people. I think they do the false promises of people. You know, you only get stage time if you bring people with you. Now, when I started out, I applied to a couple, and I said, like, look, I've got no mates who are interested in this. But I'll cane 10 pints behind the bar. If it's the money side, they're like, no, you need to bring someone with you. I was like, look, I'll stay till the end. You need to bring someone with you. Look, I'm a fat prick. I'll take up 2 seats and I'm a good crowd person. No, you've got to bring someone with you. I was like, well, I don't understand this deal we're getting.
Right. I can see the frustrations. All right, this is how I sort of see it. Number one, no one's forcing you to do bringers. So if you didn't like it, just don't do them. I thought, and then I used to see people going, "Oh, it's up to the promoter to fill it out." They're like open mics. They're like, and a lot of these people, they're doing them for no money or they might get a little bit at the bar or something, right? And they've got jobs and they can't go out. And even if they did go out flying in London, who's going to come to a fucking open mic gig? So it's like hard for them to get the people in there. So that's the reason they do it. And I generally found, and they were all right. And it was just, I noticed when I was doing it on the forums, I'm not on Facebook, I haven't been on for a while, but at the time, is it the Comedy Collective? Is that still going? That was, debated. It was like,
I'll tell you now, I
noticed it was more people up north that were really disgusted in it, which is a different environment up there. In London, it was like, there's a lot going on. You're trying to get people into an open mic gig on a Tuesday night. You've got theatres and this and that and the other, and like, who's going to want to come to a fucking open mic? With all due respect, do you know what I mean? I used to, you're going to go to your missus, should we go out to it? Oh, let's go to an open mic and watch a load of like new comedians or dreary or whatever with shit set up. And it's hard for them. That's my point. And so that's why they do it. It is frustrating because when I first started, I had loads of mates wanting to come, then that soon dropped off and it was just me in the end. It was very hard, but I was lucky to, or might do it. I built myself up a bit of a reputation, so I'd normally get on them anyway. Or I notice a lot of them, if someone else run a gig, they'd scratch each other's backs, which you still get now. And like the pro level, if someone runs a gig, it's a lot of bollocks. And I do understand it's frustrating if you can't take people, but I see why they do it, the bringer gigs. And like I say, as far as I know, they're not forcing anyone to do them. I always found it a bit like, It's hard to run a nice gig. It's fucking headache and all. But then running a gig, I've run them a little bit here and there with someone else's gig, and like you're booking it up, and then people drop out last minute and don't say no, and then it's just like a lot of fucking headache. Do you know what I mean?
The logistics side of it, I imagine not. But I ran a pub for 5 years. I owned a pub. I sold it 3 months back, and I did karaoke every Friday. I had live music every Saturday. Yeah. Logistic nightmare, but that element is the promoter's job. I can list so many places in London on a school night that aren't bringers, and they're filling the rooms out.
All right, but yeah, I get that. I see what you're saying, but like these people, if I'm running an open mic gig, I'm getting no money for it. Well, you want me to fucking run around? Am I going to do that? You've got to put in a lot of work in for very little return, and it's like, I don't know. I see both sides of the story. I'm trying to be diplomatic, but it's like it's hard. I think. Yeah, I don't know.
I just want to. You'll die on your hill. I'll die on my hill. But
yeah, no, I'm not going to.
That's the beautiful thing about free speech. You can say what you want.
I'm not going to assassinate you over it. Don't worry. But
fucking hell, man, that was like, yeah.
I said that. Do you know, I've done my gig. I've done a gig last night downstairs at the King's Head, which is very posh, middle class, lefty crowd, and it's good fun. I went on, and I said, I opened. First thing I said, before you ask, I weren't at the Tommy Robinson March today. I left the beat, let them laugh, and then I went, I was busy painting England flags on roundabouts, and I went, and I actually clipped that and put it on my Instagram. But then I've done a bit after that, which I cut off. I went, that's just a joke. Don't assassinate me. And I ducked down and like, I went, oh. I thought, you got to risk it though. I said to my fiance, come with me. I said, I had to go for it. You got to go for it. I'm a lot more braver now. With like, you got to try these things, and then I just moves on to the next gig. But I say you've got to try these.
I wrote one yesterday. I mean, I was a massive Charlie Kirk fan.
Me too. I really liked him. Actually,
it was a hero of mine. But you can't stop the creative flow when you think of a joke. I gifted my mate Paul in Bristol this joke. I was like, look, you say whatever you want on stage. You talk about, women's fannies, like paper clips. Like, you say what you want. My joke was, Charlie Kirk was, considered quite far right. It's a shame he wasn't a bit more left, because then the bullet would have missed him.
Very good.
You got to find the creative. You got to find the funny in.
Yeah.
And you've got to be able to joke about anything.
It's like, I mean, you have, but you got to play the crowd as well. Ultimately, I want my jokes. I want people to laugh. That's why I do comedy. I'm not there to like make a point, or I'm there to entertain, and I want people to have a good time. I'm not there to piss anyone off. I'm not politically motivated. I'll be a politician if I was like that. I wouldn't be a comedian. And like you read the room. That takes time though sometimes.
Well, I don't think you've ever come across
wrong. You don't know who's sitting there. I was quite surprised. The crowd last night. I've been doing some Keir Starmer stuff, taking the piss out of him, and everyone goes with it. And they was a bit like, "Well, leave him alone." I've got a sense of. I've done a joke. Yeah, it didn't get a bit. I went, Keir Starmer crowd. I was surprised. I didn't think anyone liked him anymore.
Yeah, God, but imagine if you did a Boris joke 5 years ago, you'd got a standing ovation.
Anyway, but yeah, I don't know.
We won't go, but I don't think you. One thing I do like about you've never ever come across as preachy. No, you've never done anything with an agenda. You've just gone up and just.
I mean, I suppose everything's got an agenda when you break, but no, I'm not. I'm a comedian at the end of the day, and like I say, it's silly comedy. I think the characters, although some people say I might talk about controversial stuff, but I do it in a way. I tread the line well, which is something that's took me time to do. I like that people say, he walks right on a tightrope, but he don't cross it. And like I say, ultimately, the persona, he's an idiot, so you can't take it seriously. Do you know what I mean? Even if I did, which I don't, I know how far, I sort of gauge what I can say and what I can't say. And I don't want to upset anyone anyway. I'm not out there to do that.
Yeah, no one's there to piss anyone off. I've got a question I want to ask you. You know, in that sort of terminology of football, what sort of venues would you consider like your home stadiums?
Mate, well, I'm actually a universal comedian, to be honest. And I enjoy playing anywhere, and I'm always grateful. I think working class crowds, I suppose.
Okay.
Like when you're gigging up north and stuff.
I mean, like venues.
Oh,
yeah.
What do you mean, the actual venue?
Yeah, like you're going to go to that venue. You've been there so many times.
Backyard.
Yeah.
I've played that a lot. Not really on their night. I've done my first weekend. I've done a weekend there last weekend. Well, I've never really done their night. I've done like Comedy Unleashed a few times, and the Crazy Ginger Cabbie. You know, he does a gig there. I've done that a few times.
I like Crazy Ginger Cabbie.
On a Sunday, brilliant. Like Ramo, he begged it out about 300 people on a Sunday, and like the fucking wild crowd and all. Brilliant. Yeah, I like gigging up north a lot. A lot of the gigs up north I do are like I've done one in like a sports club Friday night. Just sorry, I can't really. I haven't answered. I've been there. Like last week, I've done Backyard Friday, Saturday, and then I was back there on the Tuesday for Comedy Unleashed. Funny enough, I've done it like 3 times in 4 or 5 days or something.
It must be nice when it's like a stone throw away, because there is a lot of travelling, isn't there?
Yeah, which I don't mind. That's what it's all about. I'm ready. I'm grateful because as well, I think COVID really changed the scene. It's sort of like obviously we weren't gigging.
Did you do any online shit?
Nah, I've done some like acting stuff, like comedy acting, and I can't remember. Not actual stand up. No, I didn't fancy that at all, and I didn't think it'd work. And but a few of them done really well out of it, to be fair. But maybe I should have done. But I was just like, and I didn't actually miss stand up. Although I love stand up more than anyone. I don't know. I shouldn't really say that, but I love stand up. There's no greater thing I love in life than getting on stage and doing so. But I didn't. I don't know. I just was out of it. Was doing, and then when I come back, it all sort of changed because around that time the petrol went up, so the gigs were changing. Like it was a lot. It was funny because people weren't travelling about so much because it weren't really worth it. And it's a bit more sort of like the northern scene's supposed to be really good, like the Midlands and the northern out of London. They seem to earn a lot more money doing stand up, but they like double up and all this, which I do a lot of that stuff up north now, and I travel. But sorry, I've gone off on a tangent. What was you talking?
No, it's cool, bro. No, it's cool. It's absolutely fine. I mean, I didn't know the petrol because my car's electric. And Twathead here bought a car that can only go fucking 80 miles a time.
Right. Oh, wow. Yeah, that's a problem.
So I gig a lot in Essex, but and or London if it's on the peninsula.
Yeah.
Because fuck the
Yeah,
tunnels and
yeah,
everything.
yeah.
But I can only go so
Well,
far.
Essex is pretty good now. There's a lot of
Yeah,
Essex. East Gig's really good.
yeah, but Dartford Bridge is
Ross,
now
Ross,
£4 each way.
sorry. Oh,
Dartford
right.
Bridge, fuck robbing bastards.
But that Ross McGrain does a nice gig. He does nice gigs on like his new material one on the Sunday's really good. They've got their own place. They're like, I go down there sometimes. It's a bit of a slap for me to get there, but it's worth it. It's a good night to go and try new stuff out.
Yeah.
I feel sorry for like new acts, open mics and that, because it's really hard to get a gauge on your materials with them. Because when you come in,
This is my bringer
no,
beef. Because everyone brings their mates and no one's actually interested with the people on the stage. So you don't
yeah,
get a false, you get a false
it,
economic.
it gets easier the more you go on because the gigs are better run. You get better. But I mean, I really loved the open mic days. Looking back, you meet some great characters, and it was good. It was good times, and I think what because a lot of people drop off for that. They'll get like even like really bad comedians. I'll just find hilarious because they're so bad. I wouldn't like to say that, but I sit there and laugh and like you meet some like crazy characters. I think it's like probably 10% comedians and 90% eccentrics. Do you know what I mean? They're not like,
I get that. Yeah, I feel that.
but and that's like no, I'm not naming names obviously, but like it's and they don't put the effort in. Obviously, they're just going on and they're just like getting the
But then
attention.
when you see these type of people like that, I would say how much of it is courage and how much of it is delusion.
Yeah, I mean, good luck
But
to
I
them.
love it. I love it. I
Do
do
you know
love
what?
it.
Well, I'll tell you something. It takes how long have you been doing comedy stand up?
I've been doing it for 4 months, brother.
Oh, nothing. Fucking hell.
I'm a baby, but
But even that, right? It takes a lot of bottle to get on stage.
dude, my first one was King Gone.
Wow.
Yeah,
Start.
I've done the story so many fucking times. Got into comedy. I messaged them at 5 p.m. on the Monday, being like, "Oh, you know what? I don't know the comedy world. I've never done a class, never done a course. I'm gonna email them. Obviously, the biggest store in London. I'm gonna rock up at, fucking kill it, be the next big thing."
Yeah.
Emailed them at 5 o'clock. They got back to me at 6 o'clock saying, "We've had a couple of dropouts tonight. Come along."
Oh, wow.
I was like, right, shower, shit, shave, train up there. Second on the bill. I hadn't written one fucking joke. Minute 23, and then got fucked off.
So what did you do on stage then?
I was just like, oh, first time I've done comedy. Yeah, so being fat. Yeah, it's hard being fat in comedy. Yeah,
Fucking hell.
the picture. Be honest, it looks like the that Rolling Stones album, doesn't it?
So
Yeah.
what drove you to do this?
But I can't remember her name. You know the black woman who does it, bald black woman. She's fucking brilliant.
Tanya Moore.
That's her. She
Yeah.
was like, my name's Daniel Farr. She was like, oh, well, he's Daniel Farr because he's shit. Then everyone just
Oh,
bursts out laughing. You're just sitting there like, right, okay, I might need to actually write something.
yeah, it's
And then
brutal, isn't it?
it took me to my third gig to get my first actual laugh. And then,
So when I've done it, it was like I remember thinking a part of the reason I've done it was a challenge of getting on stage, just to
yeah,
get on stage and talk publicly. I'd never done anything like that before. And I know I was going football at the time. I know geezers, absolute lunatics, who would fight a lion, but they would not get on stage. They're like, fucking don't know how you do that. That's fucking mental. Do you know what I mean? And not only that, you've got to remember 5 minutes of material. When you've not done that, I'll go up and I could go on stage for an hour now, no problem. I've done Edinburgh shows, but if you've not done that, you've got to memorise 5 minutes, right? And not only that, and you've got to make them laugh. It's fucking mad to go and like when I've done that, it's fucking crazy. Like because your brain's not wired that way at that point. You like it's going to the gym. If you've never been gym before, you ain't going to go and bench press a lot of weight on and all that. So you have to build yourself up. So you train your like your brain to remember. You build up this memory muscle to remember stuff, and it's we lose sight of that. I think a lot of take it for granted. It's like it's crazy. But I admire anyone who gets on stage, whether they're even if they're shit, it takes bottle to get up on stage. You know what I mean? Same as like boxing, like stuff like combat sports, similar sort of thing. It's like the adrenaline.
but then I do love the gym boxing reference. But the bit I love more about that is that, anyone can learn how to throw a punch. Anyone can learn that. But to learn how to dodge a punch, take a punch, be quick on your feet. Like when I first do comedy, I thought, oh, I'm just gonna go up, say my 5 minutes, and they're
Yeah.
gonna love it. Not the reflexes I would have to learn, which I'm still learning.
Yeah,
But
cool.
so they say,
We'll
how do I interact with that? How do I change it?
Yeah, we're always learning in life. No matter what you do, I think you got to have that attitude. I'm always learning. I'm always trying to grow. Always trying to better myself. You never no one's ever the finished article. Do you know what I mean? Like you see these boxers and or anyone, you got to keep working at it.
Yeah. Oh,
Otherwise,
fuck, we lost Hatton as well, didn't we?
yeah, bad. But
Right, yeah.
but have you done a comedy course or?
No, no. Well, I've sat down with Adam Bloom for an hour.
Oh
So,
right, yeah.
I mean, not gonna lie, doing this podcast has sort of been my lazy man cheat sheet. That I'm speaking to a comedian every single day.
You will pick up good knowledge. You will. I mean, if you find the right course with the right one, it's like Logan Murray. He's a good geezer. I like Logan. He's a mate of mine. I've done his course. I've read his book. His book's very good as well. And he's a nice guy. He's worth. I'm not really up on who's doing courses and who's not. I think Adam is actually. I just maybe do his course.
Well, I've got his book. I've got the books. I do. I'm not a good because listen. I hate people who list their disabilities, but I do suffer from ADHD. I can't sit still for 10 minutes listening to someone. That's why I smoke so much on the pod.
Yeah,
so I get myself antsy. So I couldn't sit in a class. I can never do a normal fucking job. I couldn't be told, right, I get a break, 15-minute break in 4 hours. Fuck that. Like, I'm too antsy, so I couldn't do a class.
It's like you obviously love comedy. It's interesting. You do, like I still watch a lot of stuff on YouTube and interviews and stuff. Like I enjoy reading the books about writing and stuff. And I was sort of like of the attitude of I might read a book. If I get one little nugget out of that, I've got one nugget. Do you know what I mean? But if you just start, you get loads of stuff. It's not. It's a lot better when you go. If you're writing and you know like the structure of a joke than if you're just doing it blind and open. Because it might be funny to you, but it's not funny to other people.
Like pub talk and stage talk are two different things.
Yeah, definitely. I mean, listen, if you want to be the best, you've got to put the effort in. Not like the best of yourself. I mean, we're not in competition with anyone, but like you got to. And it's interesting. Do you know what I mean? Like, did you enjoy speaking with Adam?
Adam, yes. He's been my. I've had to rewatch that one so many times to process stuff.
Yeah.
Because even he, when I don't know, it's like me. Oh, I fancy science. Oh, I enjoy science. I'm gonna sit down with Albert Einstein. It's just a different level of knowledge when it came to it. So, listening, I think when I was sitting down with him, I was more worried about making a good episode than actually absorbing things myself.
Yeah.
So,
but I mean, listen, if comedy's your passion, then you're going to enjoy all this sort of thing. Right?
Absolutely love it. Absolutely love it.
When I started, I've done a course originally. Then I'm reading books on writing, and then I got into improv. I've done a lot of improv, which I really enjoyed anyway. I always used to love Whose Line Is It Anyway.
Oh, 1 million. I think that's one of the best sort of like. I don't like TV panel stuff, all that. I think that was one of the best shows going.
Yeah. So I had a love for improv then, and then I found these improv courses, and then I got into them, and then I was lucky. At the time, there's a guy from America, Canada, from like Second City, which is like one of the top improv schools in the world.
Oh, so I've had Craig Campbell as well, talking to Canadians.
Okay,
He's a fucking lad.
Well, my point is, I learned. I got into a lot of improv. I was doing that, and that sort of helped me a lot with stagecraft and learning different laughter triggers, stuff like I call them laughter triggers. Why people laugh. Do you know what I mean? Like if I'm like, I would have laughing at this irony, or because it's like a reveal, or it's because of the rule of three, or there's different, or wordplay. These are all laugh triggers. Do you know what I mean? So, and you went down, you say, yeah, chances are they're going to laugh at that because of that reason. But it's very complex. But you get an understanding of the art. So yeah, and you're going to just get better. And I find it fascinating. Even now, any new books or any good documentaries or anything, I'm there. So I mean, like I'm reading Adam's one at the moment. I bought it when it first came out.
Which one? Sorry,
Adam Bloom's book.
Oh, okay, yeah.
I've been very slow reading it, but it's very good. You know, what I mean?
It's very well structured as well, because not all of it will be applicable to everyone.
I like he's one different. I said this to him as well. He talks a lot about the psychology of it as well, which is very important. It's very important. Like sort of thing, how you would get away with saying certain things. Like you got a dark joke, for instance, right? You do it. You might do it a bit later on.
Yeah.
In your set because the crowd have got to know you. They know all right. It's sort of like similar if you started dating a girl. You wouldn't go first date, just grab a Bristol's, like sort of a bit of a crude analogy. But point is, you go on a date, you buy a dinner, you get to know each other, and then 3 weeks in, you would do all the sexual stuff. So that's one way. But another little trick you might do, you might go, oh, this next joke's a bit naughty. I'll do this. I'll do it. This joke's a bit naughty. Do you think I should do it? And I know for a fact they're going to say yeah.
Yeah.
They never say no. This is a known fact. There used to be a comedian years ago, I can't remember his name, but he used to say something like, right, I've got my blue book, because I like blue material, and I've got my red book. What one should I do? And they go, blue. They will always go for it. So it gives you license to do that darker material, for instance. Rather than if you just done it, they go, oh, fucking hell. You know what I mean? It's sort of like getting consent, if you like. But
it's neuro-linguistic.
Tricking them is not the right word. It's psychology.
Well, it's neuro-linguistic programming, embedded commands, voice tagging. Oh, do you want me, it's neuro-linguistic programming, like embedded commands, voice tagging. Do you want to hear this next bit? Yes? If you say yes, they'll say yes. If you say like me, I'll follow me on this, they'll follow you on that.
But watch, you'll probably see that now. If you're watching comedy, you're like, they're like, oh, this next joke's a bit, what do you think? And they go, yeah, the crowd always go, yeah, always. But it depends on your persona. See, and the thing is, comedians, like high-profile comedians, they've got their following. So their crowd are going to love them. They know what they're getting. And it's harder when you're new. Or if you're
Alistair Barry said that to me. He said the best comedians are the ones who no one's names they know, who do the open circuit every single night, and they get everyone pissing themselves laughing.
Yeah, you get that skill set. Yeah, it's a skill set you need to learn. You like I adapt to where I'm playing. I can go in like downstairs at the King's Head, very posh middle class crowd, and then I can do like wild gigs as well. I pride myself on being a universal comedian. I think I adapt. There's not many gigs well, not for me. Do you know what I mean? They might not like me for whatever reason. I don't know. But I think I'm a universal comedian. But I think you learn. It depends, though. It depends what road you want to go. You might want to be like a certain comedian and just stay in that lane. So, and you just do them sort of gigs. Some people are like that. Do you know what I mean?
So you say you should play every room you're offered at the beginning.
Oh, it depends what you want to do. I'm not telling you, but if a rounded comedian, yeah, you want to be doing all these things. Like it's like a good example, right? When I first started, like I say, I set myself up. I had a car and I had a bit of time, so I would go and do the Merv Control open spots all around the country, out of London a lot. Whereas you get a lot of comedians who are just doing the London open mics who were really good. They was just stuck in that environment, and then you'd see them come out of that environment. Like I'll do a gig, and like no one's getting their London references, or when they get sucked into that like London vibe.
Same people,
and it doesn't work elsewhere. Whereas you go and do elsewhere, people are different. They're not all got this like mindset and stuff. Do you know what I mean? So that was good. I think it's good to get out and about and experience different environments. Of course it is, because it helps you develop. Rather than if you're just playing the same crowd, like as a newbie, obviously once if you're a big comedian, you're just playing to your crowd, you're laughing, aren't you? And that's like, you're getting the money and
happy days.
Yeah, that's what we all strive for, I suppose, in a way. But
we're becoming a comedian, so becoming, like more and more popular, famous. How much of it would you say is being funny versus, like the whole package being marketable, having the social media following, not being a bellend, which is most important?
I don't know. I mean, there's all different reasons. Yeah, if you've got a good following, I mean, there's a lot of comedians who, and it's subjective, of course, comedy. There's a lot of comedians who do really well, who people think hilarious. I might think not my cup of tea, and vice versa. Do you know what I mean? But yeah, a lot of them, like they get picked up on TV because of their profile. Do you know what I mean? There's a lot of we've got to have one of these, we've got to have one of these, we've got to have one of
The
these.
Ginger Basher box stickers.
Yeah, well, yeah, you want to put it like, but I think it's good to try. I'll try and be different and original. So have a strong persona, which is, I think it's good because a lot of them, if you, I mean, that's my philosophy. People might have a different philosophy though, but it's like I like seeing. I quite enjoy different sort of acts. I don't mind dark humour. I don't mind clean humour. I'm not going to sit there, oh, you can't do that, you can't do that. I'll never say that. I might not enjoy it, but I won't tell anyone what they can and can't do. But I like all sorts of different stuff. You know what I mean? It's quite nice to see something different.
Oh, I love a mix. I love a mixed bill. Some of it might not be for me, but when you've got 10 acts on, all of them are doing, you know, the dating, the ex-wife, the dating app.
Yeah.
If you've got 10 people saying the same thing, it does. I mean, it's all from different angles. You want variety.
A lot of them do that as well. I think they feel like, especially coming up, they don't want to like say the wrong thing. Do you know what I mean? They get worried about that. So, we better do this sort of dare I say it, lefty. Please the lefties. We don't upset the lefties. Do you know what I mean?
People pleasing comedy,
especially. You get a lot of that. You notice that they're like saying, and it's all the same. And they might do a right out of it to an extent. It depends what you want, like what you're trying to get out of it. Some people are just chasing fame or whatever, and if they get that, fair enough.
My favourite way, because I do misdirection comedy. So like I've got my Sharia law joke, gay marriage joke. There's nothing distasteful, but it's misdirection. But before I do my Sharia law joke, real quick, it's so easy. Under Sharia law, if you're caught with a Muslim girl behind closed doors, you got to marry them or get arrested. So I was fucked her with the door open. Nice and easy.
Yeah.
Before I do that joke, I always say, right, I'm going to do my Muslim joke. I look around the room. Look, I'm not looking for Muslims. I'm looking for white women in their 30s who are ready to get offended on their behalf.
Yeah.
So I love disarming people before now.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. You got to set it up, haven't you? Yeah. A lot of it, like a good joke. Like the setup's very important. You're hot, or even if you're hiding it, I see Chris Rock talk about it. I really took a lot from that a few years back. Like the setup's really, you can have the simplest joke, and then when you break it down, but if you hide it, it's just like I've got a joke. It's a really simple joke, but it really bangs. It's like about being a Millwall supporter. Say our beloved chairman. Like we get a lot of bad press, but they never put anything in the papers when we do something nice. Like last little while back, our beloved chairman sadly passed away. So out of respect for him, before the game against Leeds, we decided to hold a minute's violence. So it's really hidden well, and it's just basic wordplay. Do you know what I mean?
I do love those sort of like silly ones. Like I've got my lowest hanging fruit I've got when I do my gay marriage bit. Is anyone gay here tonight? Yes. Oh, thanks for coming out.
Yeah.
It feels like cheating a little bit. Like
a bit of fun. No, a bit of fun.
Yeah. So I will ask this one, and I'll sort of wrap it up for you. You've been doing it for 15 years. What's one joke that you did that you used to think absolutely banged, and you look back now and you think, why the hell did I think that was funny?
I've got loads. I look back now, developed things. Fucking hell. Or jokes I persevere with. I'm a lot more brutal with my material now. If it's not at a certain level, God, I've probably lost a lot of goods. But then again, I might come back and rewrite them and improve them in time. When I first started, I was a bit more like crude, but like when I first started, Frankie Boyle and Jimmy Carr was really big, like the old Frankie Boyle when he used to do a lot of dark material and stuff.
Free writers.
Pardon?
Free writers.
Free what?
Writers. He's got a writing team now, hasn't he?
Oh, is he?
Yeah.
He's a brilliant gag writer. I'm surprised. He's like brilliant joke writer. Anyway, but there's what I'm saying. When I was coming up, there's a lot of that influence. A lot of people would do, and it's funny because when I used to go on there, I didn't think I was just being thought that's funny. Do you know what I mean? I weren't trying to upset anyone or whatever. Anyway, it don't really matter. But I used to do this bit about Millwall, being a Millwall fan. A lot of people, which I've rewritten, I still do to this day, but a different version. And I say a lot of people think that Millwall fans are football hooligans. We're not like that. Some's a bank robbers, drug dealers. You even get the odd dog rapist. And,
what the fuck?
which is just like random. Yeah, it was like more stupid than anything. And then
that's out of nowhere.
But then I had a tagline to that.
That wasn't the tag.
No, and then I had a tagline on top of that. Say, I've never raped a dog in my life. I fingered the odd tortoise, and then I'd do this like little act out of fingering a tortoise, and I'm going fingering it, and it's trying to get away, and I'm picking it up because it's slow. Go, oh, and I used to smash. Really like, and people go, oh, the tortoise fingering geezer, and like. It really used to bang. It was really funny, actually. Maybe I should bring it back. It's just like, and I'm sitting there going, they ain't going.
Well, back you come.
Sitting there like acting out, fingering this tortoise, like, and I'm going, they ain't going nowhere, are they? I go, oh, trying to get away. I go, oh, it's fucking wild. And like,
that's so stupid.
It's more stupid than anything, isn't it? It's like that's what I mean. A lot of my comedy is silly comedy. It's just so ridiculous. We used to really bring the hours. Maybe I should start doing it again. But I was like, fucking hell, that was mental. I've had some mental jokes. Like, fucking.
Go for all the animals. Like, what could it be? Like,
no, I mean, it's just a little tag on top of it. It's just, I don't know. And that was early. That was early in my career. Yeah, it was just that I sort of stumbled. It was just like, I don't know how I come up with that. It was just, it was quite good. I was sort of free. It was good that I was free like that, and it was really used to bring the house down. But for some people, like, what the fuck? It was like, yeah, it was funny. No, I like mad. I've always liked. Quite, yeah.
I'll end it with this. No, I'm not ending this. I got one after this one, but that's a quick one. I love asking this question. I've had some brilliant answers from some like the legend ones I speak to, like yourself. It's a two-part. Don't really give a shit about the first bit, but I'll ask it. What's your favourite moment in comedy, and what time did you bomb the hardest?
I'll pinpoint a favourite moment. I love it, like just smashing a gig, a good applause break. The Comedy Unleashed one that went online, the first one, that was one of my best gigs actually. But do you know this is quite funny. It's not quite what you asked, but I remember I done Crazy Ginger Cabbie's Crazy Ginger Cabbie's gig.
Yep.
At Backyard, and it's the first time I've been there for a long time. I remember I went there years ago on a Thursday, and I didn't have a good time there. So I went on, and I was opening as well, and I fucking absolutely smashing it. I remember she was there, Harriet Kelmsley, and she went, fucking hell. Yeah. She said to me, I've never seen anyone kill it like that. I was like, no, it's just like electric. And but about 5 minutes in, I've done the setup for this gag that I've been doing a long time. I was like, and I've done the setup, and I just could not remember the punchline. And I've been doing it for a long time. And I just held my hands up. I said, do you know what? I forgot the punchline. And everyone laughed. And because rule number one in comedy, mistakes are funny. This is a very good tip for any new comedians. I learned this in improv. If you fuck up, don't worry. They'll probably get your best laugh out of it. And it's best to say, I fucked up. And that's what I've done. It did interrupt my rhythm a little bit, I must admit. But I always remember that. I was electric. And I remember doing Up the Creek early doing like a middle spot on a Friday night there. I used to get them there, and I remember I just felt this electricity when I was on stage, when I was like with me in the crowd, and I've only felt that about 3 times. I think I've done that. I had that at King Kong at Comedy Store and all. I beat the gong, but I never won.
So Up the Creek's got the best green room going. The upstairs is lovely.
I don't play it nowadays. I opened Josh James was doing a podcast recording, and I went and done like warm up. So I've done like 20 minutes before they've done their podcast. But they changed it round. It used to be round the other end.
Okay.
Completely different now. It looks completely different to what it used to. The stage was the opposite end. It was fucking brilliant. I loved it there. It was really good. But the bombing, oh man. I remember, right. So I've been going
15 years now.
Yeah, no, but when I first started, I hadn't been going long. I'd only been going 9 months, but not long. I was maybe on my first year or two, and I've done a competition, Jonglers Comic Idol.
Oh yeah, they don't exist anymore, do they, Jonglers?
No, but at the time when I first got it, Jonglers were like, if you didn't like, they were like a big name. And so I'd done their competition. It was them and the Sun, the newspaper, the Sun, were running this competition, and it weren't like just newbies; it was experienced actors as well. And I come like joint winner, and then when I was runner up, I was like some musical fucking spoof music act won it. And but anyway, they signed me. So I'm like, and I've not been going long, like not even a year. I don't, and I thought I was fucking Peter Kay. You know what I mean? Yeah. And I was like, oh, brilliant. And they give me a load of middle spots. It's great. So, but at that point, I only had like about 5 minutes, and I was very one dimensional. So most of the time it'd work well. But if the crowd weren't going for it, I was fucked, because I didn't know, I wasn't experienced enough. I didn't have another route to go. I couldn't do crowd work and stuff like that. So it was, most of the time it worked though. But anyway, so they give me a batch of like 10 middle spots, and I've done 8 of them, just doing really well on all of them. And then number 9, I've done it, it's in central London somewhere, so where we done anyway, I went on there and fucking died on my arse. So I just could not get the crowd. It was fucking awful. And I thought, oh well, fucking happens. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah,
it happens. Do you know what I mean? Part of the game. And so I had another one. So I rang them up and I said to them like, yeah, I spoke to him and I said like, yeah, I had a fucking rough gig. They went, don't worry, you're back there next week. We're going to come and watch her. So oh great. I was like really positive attitude. I'm going to come. We're going to do this. Do you know what I mean? Really, I had a really positive attitude. And I turned up there, and Matt Richardson was emceeing. Nice. He's on telly a lot now and stuff. And he just sort of, he was back then. He went, oh, I've heard of you. I'm really looking forward to seeing you. I'm like, yeah, I'm going to smash it. Fucking yeah. Fucking went on there, mate. Oh, fucking right. There's deaths and there's deaths. Oh, they wasn't. I just could not connect with the audience, and it wasn't just not laughing. They was just talking amongst themselves as if I wasn't there. It's like a little. And I remember I had a bottle of water on even that went over, and like the stage was like a pallet, and that went over, and the geezer in the front row picked it up from. I can remember hearing it going glug glug glug. It's like a glass bottle of water. That was awful. That was horrid. I remember that. It wasn't just like staring at me, not like they was just talking as if I weren't there, and I'm like just doing it. And I was very like scripted then, because I was new. I weren't really in the moment. It was just like, I'm going to do this script and take it or leave it. Most of the time it worked really well, but yeah, that was fucking horrible. But it teaches you. Do you know what I mean? And you can die any time, don't matter. When you've been going a long time, you learn tricks. So if you're having a rough gig, well, I'll do some crowd work. I'll do these jokes. I'll do this. I'll try this different approach and to connect with them. So you've got more tricks in the bag as you go along, but you can still fucking have a bad gig.
I mean, it was my favourite one I got told was by Ali Woods. Now, great comedian.
Yeah.
First time he ever did Comedy Store, he did a joke where his hair was like that and he went like that. Like that. He wrote it himself. It was his joke, okay? It was 100% his joke. Someone in the crowd shouted, "You stole that from Sean Locke."
Oh, good.
And they booed him off.
No.
Yeah.
Oh, man.
I know. It was 100% his joke. They just arrived to the punchline, different conclusions.
Yeah.
And like that, fuck me. But every single comedian, even the greats like yourself, everyone has a bomb. And that's what I love the most. I love the humbleness of it.
It's part of the process. That's why I always prepare. And you can't, it can happen to anyone for all sorts of different reasons. You might be off your game. The crowd might be shit. Could be all sorts of different reasons. Hopefully, so yeah, it can happen. They just don't like you. Or sometimes if the gig's gone on too long, they've had enough by this time. Stuff like that, or all sorts of different reasons. So ultimately, you've got to be ready for anything. I believe in, and try and find ways of getting out of it. But yeah, it can happen, mate. Like some of I've known people gone to see like massive stars going, fucking, it was shit. They just had a nightmare. Do you know what I mean? Can happen.
I'll end it with this one, Lenny. That's always my question because I try and do this pod, not only for entertainment, but so anyone getting into the stand-up world can sort of like learn from it, learn from the pros, and try and get it to themselves. So I'll actually stop waffling and ask the fucking question. Someone's never done comedy before. They're looking to get into stand-up. They go, Lenny, can you give me some advice about stand-up? You can't say just do it. What advice would you give them?
I would do a comedy course, definitely. Read up on like stand-up. There's a lot of good books now you can read. Do a good course. Who runs the course? Logan Murray. I can't think off the top of it. Does he still do them? Jeff Innocent, maybe. Mike. Look, do a good comedy course. Give yourself a chance, and I was going to say just do it then, but that's not that. But study it.
Yeah, we get Nike to sponsor this. Fucking hell.
And ask, like, network with people, and you got to be careful when you start because you can get a lot of bad advice as well. So you got to be careful. So it's good to do a decent course, and they'll sort of send you on the way. They'll teach you like how to write and to an extent, and how to perform. Like stagecraft's very important as well. So you learn a lot of that. And yeah, put the work in and set yourself up. If you want to make something of it, set yourself up so you can go and do these gigs. Like if your girlfriend or your boyfriend's going to be like, oh no, don't you going out, or they're a bit insecure or whatever, then, or your job doesn't let you do that. Try and get a job where they're flexible for you and it allows you to go and do stand up and sort of set yourself up to give yourself a chance if you're serious about it. But you might be doing it for all sorts of, you might want to do one gig and get out or whatever. But for what I was doing, you need to sort of set yourself up so you can have a go at it. Do you know what I mean? And enjoy yourself. It's a lot of fun. It's a lot of fun, and it's enjoy it. Don't lose sight of that. Very important. And that's for you as well, mate. Have fun. Don't get fucked into the politics and fucking drama. At the end of the day, it is a very noble thing as well. A lot of people forget this, even myself. So we go up there, we're making people laugh, we're giving people a good night. That's a very nice thing to do in life. It's positive. You're spreading a lot of good vibes and stuff, so it's a nice thing to do.
Man, that's awesome. Yeah, my advice always is start a podcast and use it as nepotism. But no,
it's brilliant that you're doing it, and I think it's a very good concept you've got as well. And good luck to you. And it's great. It's interesting, and it gives me a bit more exposure. Hopefully, so people see, and hopefully it can help someone or they find it interesting and stuff. But like comedy lovers.
Yeah, well, I mean, I've learned a lot from you, and I know the viewers will learn a lot as well. So, Lenny, you've been absolutely brilliant, mate.
No, thanks for having me. Much appreciated.
I truly appreciate it. And it's annoying because I did my research and I could have come and saw you on the 7th, but because you and Dominic, fuck me, like that's a power if I've ever seen one.
There'll be other times.
There will be other times.
Yeah.
Lenny, cheers ever so much, and guys, thank you ever so much for watching.
Thanks a lot.
Cheers.